Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a great Friday and ready for another weekend. Here we are. Well, today we are going to start this little beauty, and it is a 50 by 50 and it is 11 count. And as you can see, it's kind of a, what do you call it? Symmetrical type picture. I just love it. Just absolutely love it. So let's get started. And I started with this yellow here so we could see what we're doing. Got to move things out of our way here. Comes from Diamond Art Decor. I got this a few weeks ago, or a few days ago, however you want to look at it. And we just never had a chance to start it. It's just absolutely beautiful. And let's do that so that you can see what I am doing. Let me see if we can bring in a little bit. There we go. Try to stay in frame, right? Since it's an 11 count, I'm using 3 strands. And the color for this is 726, I believe. Yep, 726. It's one of the, I think it's like a class. It's made kind of like the classical cross-stitch kits. And it's only got 15 colors in it. Wouldn't expect it to have too much because, you know, of the pattern. So, what is everybody up to? Does anybody have any plans for this weekend? I just wondered. Of course, I'll have my live on Saturday, and Sunday I have to work. Monday is up in the air. Not real sure how that's going to go. So, we'll see. We'll see. I went to town about an hour ago, and I picked up stuff to make spaghetti. They had, what do you call that stuff? Sweet Italian sausage, which I just absolutely love. I mean, I like Italian sausage too, but I like the sweet Italian sausage. And some Prego. Gotta have my Prego, because it's the only sauce that I buy. I never did buy ragu. We used to use ragu on pita bread. We'd make these flat little crispy things with ragu. It was 100 years ago. That and Parmesan cheese. It's been 100 years, but that was about the only thing it was really good on. Something to counterbalance all that sweet. And I add garlic and, not garlic, but garlic, salt, and a little bit of seasoned salt. I tone down that sugar for sure. But I do like the taste of sweet Italian sausage. Never fear, I got the red that's going to go right there. So it's a nice, easy canvas. I mean, easy to work on. It does have a, what do you call it? Serging all the way around the edge. So it's not cutting into my hand. It might be a little stiff, but it's thinner than some of them. But, and it didn't say, isn't it classical cross stitch or something to that effect? Those ones that come with this kind of a piece of paper. Has a nice, what do you call it, pattern, everything. It's all on like one whole sheet if you open it up, front and back. So there's not too much to this. I was busy yesterday. Yeah, not. I worked on my diamond painting a little bit. I worked on the lady in blue. And I worked on my shawl. I sat there for good hour and a half and just knitted while I watched something on Netflix. I watched that new movie called, oh my goodness, it's got The Rock in it. And I think that's Ryan Reynolds. It was pretty good. It was at least entertaining. I like The Rock, and, you know, he's just getting older. But he's still good. So I watched that, and not much else, but I just sat there, and it's because I can knit and not have to look at what I'm knitting. So that went pretty well. But at the end of the night, my neck was kind of driving me crazy. I had to quit doing the diamond painting for the rest of the night because, yeah, I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. I still do, but it's mostly gone for the most part. Let me try something. I could just get the needle to stay where I want it. I'm going to try something. We're going to fold that puppy backwards. There we go. So it's not causing so much of a shadow. Good gravy. So I got quite a bit done on the lady in blue, and just making little progresses here and there. But that's all I've been working on. I mean, steadily this week. I'd like to get the top of her head done, but I don't think all that's going to get done. There's a lot of color changes, you know, and one strand doesn't, you know, make it very far, if you will. So, yeah. We're just going to use some of that red, and I'm just going to come down. But I wanted to see the red with it, and it is 321. It's what I call, no, yeah, 321 is Christmas red, right? I was thinking it was 325. I don't know. It's that color red. It's pretty bright and vivid. This is 173 by 173. Let's keep the stitches going in the right direction, Miss Lora. I'm telling you, some days. This will be like the dragon and the phoenix. There's a lot of this red. But I figure if I can just do a little bit at a time, one section at a time, we'll have it made. And of course, there's a molly here. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I was just hungry for spaghetti today. I took the rest of the chicken that I had yesterday and threw it in the freezer. Can always make some, I like to make chicken fettuccine with Alfredo sauce. Well, it's what I call chicken fettuccine. Might not be what the Italians call it. But I fix that up, and it's a nice, warm, hot meal in the middle of winter. The kind that, you know, sticks to the ribs. And I am sorry I haven't put this out until now because I just had one of those days that, oh, well, I'll do it in a minute. Well, I'll do it in a minute. Well, and here we are. It is 2:45. Yeah. It's been that kind of day. There was just some stuff I needed to get done. Places I had to go. And it's still windier and windy. It was like 40-mile-an-hour winds last night. But I'd have a fan in my, what do you call it, in my bedroom. It sits on my dresser. And then I'm like 3 feet from where the furnace turns on. So, yeah. I didn't hear the wind at all. I was out cold. But I didn't get to bed until 2 o'clock this morning. I don't know, the past couple days, all I've wanted to do is sleep. I don't know what's up with that. I mean, truly. Take like 2-hour naps or more. And I'm up and good to go for the longest time. But spaghetti just sounded good tonight. My daughter didn't have to work today. Could have gone to lunch, but yeah, not this week. Because she's got to work tomorrow. Some days it's a little hard to see that yellow. Let me bring that down just a tad. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So I'm glad there's not very many symbols in this. Oh, that wind is just fierce. Get out and just about rip your head off. But I don't, and it's like almost 60 degrees out there. So I don't know what's up with that. But they keep saying we're supposed to get a little snow, but I haven't seen it. And the wind doesn't stop long enough for it to even snow to even hit the ground. If it was going to snow later. But I put on my heavy coat and my hoodie underneath it because I thought it was freezing out there. About died before I got back from the grocery store. And Molly, I put her in her coat. So, you know, I thought it was freezing. Not. I sure am enjoying working on that lady in blue. It's just going so nicely. Whoops. Probably help if I pulled the thread out instead of cut the needle in half. That had been special, huh? Holy cow. We don't want to do that. Let's just ruin the scissors, huh? Yeah. This is how I lost my first pair of Ginger scissors, and they were like the size you would cut a pattern with. So they were regular size scissors. They were about 30 to 50 bucks. Yeah. I caught one of my kids trying to cut wire with them and bent them. Oh yeah. They are now my pizza scissors. You know, they cut pizza just fine. Cloth or thread, not so much. Because it has a lovely nick in the middle of it. Yeah. Most expensive pizza scissors I've ever seen. Okay, here's a question for you. Yeah, everybody thinks I'm crazy. So, when you make homemade pizza, if you make homemade pizza, do you cut it with a knife? Do you have a special pizza cutter? Or do you use scissors? My whole time growing up and being at home, you know, before I was like 20-something, my mother always cut homemade pizza with scissors. And we had tried and bought a couple, you know, those pizza rollers, but at that point, you really couldn't buy decent pizza rollers that would cut or wouldn't fall apart. Yeah. So I just wondered what everybody else cuts their homemade pizza with. Or pizza if you get it from any other pizza place or whatever. How do you cut your pizza? It seems to be a debate. The first time I did that when I was working at the grocery store, we had to put out slices of pizza, right? So I got that thing. We didn't have a pizza cutter, even at a commercial place. So I just took the kitchen shears and cut it into 8 pieces. They were like, "What are you doing?" I said, well, the same thing I've been doing for 50, 60 years. What are you doing? Thought I was crazy cutting pizza with the scissors. I still, to this day, cut pizza with scissors. I suppose I'm going to have to make a little garlic bread to go with that spaghetti, or else it just won't work. I got a red pepper, and I got, a smallest I could get, zucchini, because I like zucchini in my spaghetti sauce. And I had a can of those, what do you call them? Oh, man. We used to make stewed tomatoes out of them. They call them Italian tomatoes now. So, yeah. Had some of that and put that in there. See, I doctor it up, and by the time it gets done, it don't taste a thing like Prego. And what else did I have? Oh, I put an onion in there. Like, half of a medium onion. And that spaghetti sauce freezes so good. It's over there just a simmering away. I like it to be cooked and cooked down just a bit. I swear I've just kind of been sitting around here in a funk all day. I just could not get my act together. Maybe I got too much sleep. I have no idea. Molly at 4:30 in the morning decides she's going to jump out of bed. She never jumps out of bed. And I'm just going to move you over just a bit. Sorry, didn't mean to shift everything. Yeah, so I don't know what that was about. I don't know if she thought she was going to yak or something. So she wanted out 4:30 this morning. Have you been talking to Miss Lilybell at Miss Ava's house? Because we don't do this crap. You know, once we're down, we're down. We're not getting up until I get up. She went out. I said, okay, you ready to go back to bed? I went right back to bed and fell asleep. I'd only been asleep for about 2 hours. It's like, what in the heck? Miss Ava's always talking about Lilybell waking her up at 4:30 in the morning. Molly knows better, so I don't know if this was an emergency or what the deal was, but she wanted out. I'm like, okie dokie. Do not make a habit of this. My days off, I seem to stay up a little later. And sometimes I take it to extreme and stay up too long, and then I can't fall asleep at all. Oh yeah, it's special times. You know, when you just don't have a schedule, things just get sideways real fast. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, I'm using these. I can't find my other ones. They're here on my desk somewhere. Oh, I found my light pad for my diamond painting. I was like shocked. I was like, I wonder where I put that. So I walked in one room and I looked in this one container that I have. There was a light pad. I mean, there was the cord. Okay, scary. Where did you lay that light pad? Because I've rearranged his house 4 times since then. It was right here on the shelf beside me. It was the scariest thing that has happened in months. I was like, holy crap. Wow. That was strange. I had no idea that was going to work out as well as it did. I ran out of red. Sorry. We're back to yellow. So, yeah. It was just a bizarre day yesterday. But I could have swore it was going to be in a box somewhere that I wasn't going to be able to find it at all. And here's the other scary part. It actually worked. I was like, okay. Because when I'm doing dark drills, it's kind of hard to see, so that's what I use it for. And the only thing it'll plug into is the stupid computer. Thank goodness it's no more than 2 feet away. Has a nice long cord on it. I know I have a couple other ones someplace else for some reason. I don't know if they just quit and I never threw them out or what, but it was the scariest thing. Oh, and I want to tell Miss Abra, if she's out there listening, that she was truly right, because I said the other day, I'm correcting myself and giving somebody else the credit for this big correction. When I told you to roll, after you finished like doing so much of the diamond painting, to roll it in on itself, don't do that. Do not do that. Roll it backwards so that the drills are all on the outside. Yeah, or else they'll start popping off. Thank you, Miss Abra. It's been a hot moment since I did a diamond painting. A hot, hot moment. But I just wanted to correct that little piece of information. It's funny how you know everything you're supposed to know about a thing, and then you quit doing a thing, and then you go back to it like 2 years later or 3, and you can't remember half of what you were supposed to know. So I stand corrected. Oh, there's that wind. I don't think you all can hear it. Just because I don't notice it, when my computer's playing a movie or whatever. That's where I watch 95% of everything. Is on my computer and Netflix. Every once in a while I'll turn on the TV, but usually it drowns the noise out, and if that doesn't drown it out, the furnace does, because it's terribly kind of loud too. About the only time you can ever hear around here is in the fall or the early spring, when it's not freezing outside. Sure is pretty red. I have a big one, cross stitch, with, I think, the same emblem in the middle of it, and then it has like flowers on both sides. I don't know where it's at. It's in one of those, what do you call them, storage containers. Those crates that I got to put the excess cross stitch and diamond painting in. But I don't know if that's why I picked this one or not. This yellow isn't what you'd call thick. I am using 3 strands. I've seen thicker yellow, but I'm not going to put 4 in there. I think it'll all fill in, once you get all the colors around it. It'll look a whole lot different than it does right now, so I'm not real worried. Because it'd be horrible to stitch with 4 strands. Whoop. Really hate them scissors. I know, you'd think they would just work. Let's get it. And it comes with a great big I gotta put that needle somewhere. It's going to get lost. Trying to figure out how to open this silly thing. See, it has a great big old thing of thread. See, it says, turn it around, number 1. It better be number 1. I'm not real fond of these things all being tied here in the end, but I try to get one from the end and just pull, and it comes right off. I'm gonna lay this someplace where it doesn't crinkle every time I move my arm. So I'm kind of looking forward to having Monday off. We'll see what happens. See if it will or it won't. Was it last week? I was only there till like 3:30 because it was dead as a doornail. Last week. So I usually don't have to work very long, just long enough for the boss to go over and do her paperwork and that kind of thing. So actually had to put hand lotion on today because my hands are just drying up. It's horrible. Oh, come on. Seriously? I know. It's right there, Laura. Just use the right tool for the right job. You'd think I could remember. It works so well. It's just amazing how well that works. And it's not like we don't have 100 of them. I'm sure there's 50 of them here somewhere. Finally. This red is nice, though. That is, if I could get it. Oh my God, are you kidding? Hang on, guys. I'm gonna kill this pair of scissors soon. Put it out of its misery. Put it out of my reach. I should have grabbed my... There was 3 strands there, and I didn't get all 3 of them. Because, you know, it is what it is. I need a drink. Molly's all curled up over there taking a nap. I covered her up with her blanket last night, and not last night, but when we were sitting there, and I see what that is. Hold on, guys. We have an issue. For some reason, I have butter everywhere. I had an English muffin earlier, and there was a plate there, so I just set my coffee cup on it, on top of a notebook, so, you know. We're having a day. Just need to relax. Seriously? You are not going to do that. No. Did you see that? It almost went into its own knot. Okay, let's try this again, guys. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Repeat. Up, down, up, down. It's not a hard concept. Just up, down, up, down. You know, some days I just should stay in bed. You would think. So like I started to say, I don't think I'm got any plans for tomorrow at all. We'll see what happens. Can believe it, my luck of finding a decent movie on Netflix. There's been absolutely nothing on forever. I've been just watching stuff I've already seen like 50 times. Could almost recite the script by heart. But it's stuff I can do and stitch at the same time, not really have to pay attention. It's just there. Oh, and catching a few floss tubes here and there. I was hoping to get back to, now watch. See how that's looped up? I'm going to go through it, come back around it, and go right back down, and watch. Oh yeah, that worked so well. Well, I thought it was going to. What the heck? Yep, that's what I thought. We need a better pair of scissors. Usually that works. I can just loop around something. I have to go back and put another stitch over the top of that. The red's going to look really pretty all around everything. So wherever you see yellow, let's see if I can get it to lay flat, that's all red. And where it's red, it's yellow. Go figure. It was 6 1/2 dozen of another on what I was going to start. Yellow or red. I guess I could have gone with the green, but and it does have, where's my color thing? It's got some really pretty color. I love that blue. It's like a turquoise. There's like 3 shades of turquoise, and then there's some hot pink and some brick red. And this is more orange red than that one. Then you actually have orange, like 3 shades of orange. So yeah, it'll be beautiful. Alright guys, well, I think that's going to be about it for today. Roll that up so it won't get messed up again. Keep my red aside. I'll put this down there and work on it a little bit. Let me get that out of your way so you can actually see what we stitched. And back it out just a bit. So yeah, it's stitching quite nice. And I love these thinner canvases. I don't know if the others were thinner and they're just starchier and stiffer and you don't notice it until later on. I have no idea. But just notice they're using a little bit thinner canvas. But not that the quality's gone, because once you get it stitched, it really isn't going to matter. It's going to feel like tapestry, you know, like needlepoint. Alright guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and please hit the bell, and that way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We will see you next time. God bless. Bye bye. Keep stitching.